Yuki Yuna, Yusha no Shou, episode 2. This episode was peculiar. I think that this episode was really interesting because it answered lots of our questions, at least lots of my questions from last episode, but it also raised so many new and other questions. And now I'm even more confused than before, I think, because I had lots of theories in my mind. All of them proved to be wrong, and it actually surprised me. First of all, the first thing that surprised me the most, the girl burning in the first episode, the last episode, was actually Togo. So I thought it was a random girl, a random hero, because her design was different than Togo's design, but it. There's a reason for that. We saw that reason in this episode, and I was really surprised to see that. But what surprised me the most was that this issue about Togo disappearing, it was answered right into the second episode. The resolve was there. It resolved this question very quickly in this episode, and I was very happy for it. I thought that they would have to start searching for her and start searching for clues, go against the Taisha, and run after Togo, and it would be the whole season. It doesn't seem to be like it, and I am glad actually, because now there's another thing that seems to be the biggest point, and it seems really dangerous. I'm kind of scared. So what happened was that Togo, right back in the first season when she went crazy, when she went berserk, she destroyed a sacred place, the sacred wall, a part of that. And because of that, the flames that the sacred wall protected, they were becoming stronger, and they would engulf the earth. Earth would be destroyed. It seems that this is something that happened in history before, and the only way to stop this is to ask forgiveness to God and to give yourself as a sacrifice. I'm gonna go back to that later on. Let me just say that this episode had a very beautiful start for me. The girls, they noticed and they ran after Togo because they noticed that she was missing. And then they all started to question themselves, like I was questioning myself. The Taisha is behind it. Taisha is definitely the one behind what happened. It wasn't really the case, but it was the case in a way. I mean, it's very confusing and it's morally hard to decide if Taisha was responsible, if it has to be held accountable for what was going on. It's very difficult to pinpoint what's really happening here. But let's go back a little bit. So the girls, they went after the Taisha, and Taisha explained to them, especially to Sonochi, and they also gave her back their powers, their cell phone, so that they could fight again. And that was a very interesting thing because now the hero system is upgraded, it's different, it's more powerful than before, and the girls, they don't have to give up some abilities of their bodies so that they're able to fight. There is another hero system in the works. And the thing that I liked the most about it was how it was explained, because it was explained in the middle of their transformation. And that made it so dynamic. It was so nice following the transformation at the same time that I had to follow the explanations for the hero system. But I think that the biggest thing about this first part, the most interesting part, was how the girls were cautious before going back to fight, because they suffered a lot. And then they had to think and they had to analyze if they should go back to fighting again, if they should go back being heroes again. And but the thing about Yuki Yuna is there is no other option. They have to fight. And that's the thing that makes me so angry about it. The girls, they have no option. So they might choose not to become heroes again, but then they wouldn't be able to go after Togo. They wouldn't be able to go after Togo. And then they all transformed. Their powers are a little different than before. They seem to be stronger. And then they quickly found Togo. They quickly found her. in the cell phone, but they when they looked at her location, they just saw a black hole, and then they thought. And that's another interesting thing that just came to my mind because I was thinking about it as I was watching. When they saw the black hole, I thought things are gonna get dramatic. Now things are starting to get dramatic. I'm pretty sure the girls are going to be very dramatic over it. But it wasn't. It was a very light scene. It was even comedic in a way. I don't know why they chose to do it this way. I really don't know because if I was searching for someone, for a friend of mine, and then I saw that that friend turned into a black hole, I would get desperate. I don't know. I wouldn't laugh it off like girls were doing it, and then there were even some jokes here and there. But in general, I felt that that scene was very light, and I was not expecting that. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like Yuki Yuna is so heavy. It's so difficult to watch sometimes, and then those scenes they kind of lighten up the mood a little bit. It was kind of like a breaker because I was expecting something, and that something that I was expecting didn't happen. It happened in a different way, and that's a good thing most times. But at least in that particular part, I got a little confused if that was supposed to be used in a scene like that. But in the end, it had a good. It was good. In the end, it was good because it broke the mood a little bit because Yuki Yuna is very heavy. So after that, we saw that Yuna was the only one that was able to get close to Togo, and when she got close to her, she wasn't seeing Togo. She was able to access her memories, part of her memories, and then we learned that what happened was Togo's choice. I don't know if I liked Togo's actions. First of all, Togo was very alone in that choice. I mean, she didn't tell the girls. Of course, the girls wouldn't let her. And she didn't even talk to them about her decision. But they're so close. They're such good friends. And I don't know. That felt kind of strange of not talking about it. And at the same time, we learned that Togo was the one that chose to erase the girls' memories. Of course, Taisha was probably the one behind it. We didn't see it in detail. But it wasn't the Taisha that actually actively did it, and they didn't pressure Togo. I mean, they did show her that was the only way. They didn't pressure her into acting like that. She was the one that chose to act like that. But I don't know. I don't know what those people do to those little girls. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna start philosophical talks about it. But that was a very interesting choice. And then Yuna was able to access her, and when she did, she was able to see. She was able to see Togo burning. That image was so horrible. I was so scared, and to see Togo burning like that, and I don't know, but it really scared me, and it really put me off. I was so sad when I saw that. And that's another interesting thing. When I was talking about Vertex in past impressions, I always see the vertexes as, I don't know, it doesn't seem that they have a conscience. They just attack. And they just attack, and defend themselves. Obviously, they defend themselves. But they just attack. I mean, they don't seem to have a conscience. But this time, they were protecting the black hole. So there was something there. And what does this sacrifice mean to the vertexes so that they won't attack anymore? The flames will get contained, and they won't go over the sacred wall. I mean, I think that, I don't know if the novels have more information on the vertexes, but I'm really curious to understand that and their positions and the dynamics of the universe. It doesn't really make sense. I see vertexes as more of like the chaos, and then the girls, the heroes, as the peace, and then chaos and peace, they always have to coexist so that there's balance in the world, right? And I see the vertexes as this chaos, you know, just kind of like Sailor Moon, you know, when you think about the Sailor Moon stars, um, the universe of Sailor Moon stars and the mythology of Sailor Moon stars. So I feel like the vertexes are kind of like that, and I didn't really understand how that sacrifice would make sense in this particular universe, in the mythology of Yuki Yuna. I don't see how that would make sense. But anyway, I'm not gonna question that right now. Maybe we'll have more explanation on it later on. And obviously things wouldn't go perfectly well. And it seems that Yuna took the curse from Togo and put it onto her own body. So she's going to burn. She's gonna have to burn so that the flames will stop. And she will probably not tell the girls about it. I hope some members, or at least one of them, notice it and learn that Yuna is becoming a sacrifice. She probably doesn't know, but I think now she knows because she knows the story behind the sacrifices. So she probably knows that she's a sacrifice and she's gonna keep it all to herself. That's very sad. Again, the girl is gonna keep it all to herself, and things are gonna get crazy. Things are gonna get messy for sure. And I don't know how they're going to be able to overcome it, but I hope they are. I don't know if Yuna still has her powers because she used all of her mankai trying to reach Togo. So I didn't really understand if the mankai never recharges or it will never recharge while they're fighting and it will recharge later on for the next fights. I don't know. I didn't really understand that from the hero explanation, hero system explanation. So I'm very curious for more Yuusha no Shou. This season is amazing. I am loving it. I'm full of questions. I love when things make me, make me think and make me question it. I don't know. It's very intriguing. I love it. And I love when I'm able to dwell onto a new universe like that and enjoy the characters, enjoy the story, and question the story and wanting to understand more and more and more of it. And I think that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I think I was supposed to make a shorter video, but I couldn't. Sorry. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.